Before we get to the video, if you would like to help me stop the madness, then please visit madnessnation.net to get all of your merchandise, or simply hit the link in the description below to donate. Remember, I cannot stop the madness without you. Madness. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the hottest crime show on the net. Stop the madness, crime news, madness. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell. And if you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, donating, or purchasing some merch, then please hit the link in the description. Now, this is going to be a quick video because I actually just went live, and I wish I would have known this information when I was just on live. Now, as you know, the forensics had came back on Darriynn Brown, so they charged him with capital murder because they was able to link the forensics, but they did not say what that forensics was. Well, they just came out and said what the forensics was. I know a lot of people was wanting to know what was the forensics. I wanted to know. So like I said, it's going to be a real quick video, but it says Dallas police have released new details from an arrest warrant that describe which pieces of evidence helped them link 18-year-old Darriynn Brown to the death of 4-year-old Cash. As you know, I call him Baby Cash, and charged the suspect with murder. Baby Cash's body was found in a puddle of blood with multiple stab wounds. I really hate hearing these things about the children. I really do. But let me just go ahead and push through it. R.I.P. Baby Cash. It says Baby Cash's body was found in a puddle of blood with multiple stabbing wounds by a woman the morning of May 15th in the 7500 block of Saddle Ridge Drive. Brown was initially charged with kidnapping and theft in connection to the death of Baby Cash on June 9th. The charge was officially upgraded to capital murder after evidence submitted to the lab was returned. According to an arrest warrant, investigators searched Brown's room after Baby Cash was found dead. They collected an Adidas zipper hoodie, a pair of shoes, and a pair of dark colored sunglasses, and sent the items to the lab. Police documents state that all 3 items tested positive for Baby Cash blood. Madness. Let me read that again. They collected an Adidas zipper hoodie, a pair of shoes, a pair of dark colored sunglasses, and sent the items to the lab. Police documents state that all 3 items tested positive for Baby Cash blood. Jennifer Dillingham, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the channel. The Dallas County Medical Examiner Office said Baby Cash died from multiple stab wounds and ruled his death a homicide. Authorities said other evidence that links Brown to Baby Cash's death includes surveillance video that allegedly shows him kidnapping the boy while he was sleeping, police said. Last month, residents told WFAA they would see Brown walking in the neighborhood. Hard to believe. I don't think he was in his right mind, said neighbor. It says, said neighbor Jose Ramirez. It's just so sad that someone woke up this morning and lost their child without a warning, said Katie Goulian, a woman who lives nearby. Goulian, along with another woman, stopped by to bring flowers to the Growing Memorial where the body was found. How do you throw away somebody's body like he's nothing? He's someone's kid, Goulian said. WFAA also previously spoke with a woman off camera who police described as the boy's guardian. She said Baby Cash was a happy-go-lucky boy. The boy's guardian told WFAA that she had no idea why Brown would do that and that they don't have a relationship. All right. So, we was wanting to know what exactly was the forensic evidence was. Like they said, they collected an Adidas zipper hoodie, a pair of shoes, and a pair of dark colored sunglasses. That's what they collected. That's what they collected, and they said that baby cash blood was found on all of it. So I literally just went live. And then I mean literally just 10 minutes ago. And like I said, I wish I would have had that information then. Everybody was saying, well, maybe it was just tear. We don't know what it was. We don't know what the forensics was. And somebody in the comments said, well, I don't think they were upgraded to a capital murder charge just off of hair, in my opinion. But now we know. We know the evidence that was collected. Now, one thing that I find very interesting is that they said that they got the Adidas zipper. Oh my goodness. Adidas zipper hoodie, the pair of shoes, and a pair of dark colored sunglasses that had baby cash blood on them. Rest in peace, baby cash. But another thing that I find interesting is that it says, authorities said other evidence that links Brown to baby cash death includes surveillance video that allegedly shows him kidnapping the little boy while he was sleeping. So to me, that sounds like whatever video footage they got and whatever technology they got, it sounds like they made up their mind on who they think is on that video camera. They found the clothes at his house. That's what the report says. The report says, everybody, Madness Nation, you in the building, please hit the like button. I know I just went live and I wasn't about to go live this soon again, but please, if you back in the building, if you Madness Nation, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. It costs you nothing. It costs you absolutely nothing. Yes, for the person that just asked, the chat is moving too quickly. So I didn't see, but for the person that asked, they found it at his house. I'll read it again, just so we're clear on what it says. Brown was initially charged with kidnapping and theft in connection to the death of baby Cash on June 9th. The charge was officially upgraded to capital murder after evidence submitted to the lab was returned. According to an arrest warrant, investigators searched Brown's room. So they said they searched his room. Now, when they say his room, I'm thinking they mean his room that's at his house where he stayed with his mother. It says, search Brown's room after baby Cash was found dead. They collected, once again, an Adidas zipper hoodie, a pair of shoes, and a pair of dark colored sunglasses, and sent the items to the lab. Police documents state that all three items tested positive for baby Cash's blood. Madness Nation, welcome. I'm just decided to go live again after we got new information about exactly what the forensic evidence was that linked him to baby Cash murder and why they upgraded it to capital murder. Sally says, OMG, I knew it though. Susie777. That's the first time I said her name correctly. Said, yes, read it again. Jennifer says, if you see something, say something. Bless the baby Cash. Samar said, thank you for the facts. Madness. Black Widow says, wowzers. Miss Lisa said, I'm sorry, I meant to put the crying emoji. Kim Martin with the purple hearts. Hello, Tack. Man. It says, while I knew, I need my moderators to unblock an All-American Cartel. I need to see what an All-American Cartel is saying for him to keep being blocked. So my moderators, please unblock an All-American Cartel. Please. Thank you. Maricel, while I knew he had did it, his mommy is just as bad. Sally, that seller girl, God bless precious innocent baby Cash. It says, do you think Molly Golightly and Tiffany Marie will apologize? Are they live right now? I'm probably gonna end up going over there later. I wonder what they are going to say now. Monica robbed DB of his clothes, then wore them to kill Cash, then took them off and left them in DB's house. Madness. Poor baby, never had a chance to live. I hate thinking about the pain and fear he went through. Me too. That's one of the things that when you hear these stories, then you can only imagine what baby Cash went through in his final moments. To be stabbed like that and left in the middle of the street. Jennifer says, stop this madness. Sammy Bear say he did it alone. That's my opinion. What I miss. Lori say, now the conspiracy theorists will let us know Monica and Cameron planted it in his room in or blood. They will never accept this information. Carlos said, of course, blood will be on everything because he did carry baby Cash out that house. And if he was already dead, of course, there will be blood on everything. Lisa says, woo, Lord. Susie777. I'm glad they told everyone this. Apologies, SMH. Yes, Lori. The madness they released, the arrest package. It's so much madness, people. But we need justice for baby Cash. I feel Brown is about to really spill everything. If there's anything to spill, and I use that term lightly, if there's anything to spill, he's definitely gonna spill it. But like I said when the first forensic evidence came out, until Monica and Cameron is actually charged with something at this particular point, I personally ain't about to be doing no more speculating about them too, until they either get arrested, until they get a report or something. Because like I said, all the evidence that's coming out is pointing towards Darriynn. That's what everything's pointing to right now. I wish Brown would simply talk. Vanessa says madness, madness, madness. Tina, no way. How would she get one? It's just her excuse for having scum in her home. If you are just now joining us, they released the information on what they released the information on why, or the forensics of why they charged him with capital murder. Just again, just in case you missed it. According to the arrest warrant, and I'm reading this again for the people that just came in the chat. It says, according to the arrest affidavit, according to an arrest warrant, investigators searched Brown's room after Baby Cash was found dead. They collected an Adidas zipper hoodie, a pair of shoes, and a pair of dark colored sunglasses. All of that came back tested positive for Baby Cash blood. And they also said another piece of evidence that they used was the surveillance camera, which leads me to believe that whatever technology they got or whatever more footage that they have, they is saying that it's Brown on that security footage. We all love you, Madness Nation. God bless you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Patty says she's on her last break just in time. Kimberly says he kept the clothes he wore in his room. I think he did that as a trophy. Madness. This is crazy. Vanessa says, I don't understand how the police department is 100% saying that was Darriynn taking cash out of the crib when it's 50-50%. Nobody can understand who that was innocent until proven guilty. He's innocent until proven guilty, but they're letting you know what the charges are. You know, like in every other case, they saying this is the evidence we connected. We feel that we have enough evidence to convict you on these particular charges. And like I said, I believe they got more video than what we got. I believe they got better technology than what we got. They probably got some type of program where they put it through the program and it just takes the night vision off. I don't know. Or maybe they got more footage that shows different angles or better angles where you could tell exactly who it is. But those are his charges. He's not convicted yet. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty. But they sure believe that they about to get him on this capital murder charge. This whole situation done pissed me off. Because Baby Cash should still be here. Miss Lisa, it definitely is. Just Candace say they have other footage, probably him breaking in, etc. That's what I would think. I would think that, I can't be 100% sure, but I would think that they have different footage from different angles, or they have something where they're able to just see what we can't. MP says, remember, Monica released the footage to the Daily Mail, not the police. They probably have much more footage. I still think Cameron and Monica had something to do with it. They may have used DB to get the job done. It says, have they clarified if the bloody tissue plus pocket knife was found in the bathroom or DB or Monica? The articles have conflicting information. Some said DB, some said Monica. Not in this. They didn't say anything about that in the from what they are saying is the arrest warrant. Black Widow says, anything is possible. It just doesn't make sense to me. Who does that? Break in and take a baby. See, with me, nothing is surprising to me no more. Maybe because, you know, I try to bring awareness to all these stories and I done covered every type of story that you can possibly imagine. You know, none of these stories make sense as far as a lot of times or why they would do that. Like, why would you beat your own baby to death? But we got 1,001 stories of parents beating their babies to death. You know, so I learned that everything, especially when it comes to situations like this, everything doesn't need to make sense. Everything's not always gonna make sense. I understand that people are out here and people do crazy things. Madness. Our only hope is try to help stop the madness. High Hope says, yeah, but seriously, how many times do the cops make up their evidence? I don't trust the police, period. In High Hopes, I'm not going to say that you're wrong for not trusting the police. You're definitely welcome to that opinion. But like I always say, don't trust them, period, then. So if they, like I said, if the evidence would have came back and it would have said Monica had something to do with this and Cameron had something to do with this and Darriynn Brown had absolutely nothing to do with this, then don't trust that either. Like, I'm not upset at anybody who's saying, I don't trust the forensics, cops make up stuff. We do know that has happened. We do know that that does happen. All I'm saying is just keep it consistent. Don't not trust it when it's something you don't like, but then trust it when it's something you like. That's all I'm saying. Madness. I wonder how DB's mom is going to lie for her son now. As a mom myself, I believe in backing up my kids. But if they did some foul stuff like this, then no, you don't defend them. Madness. This is the madness that's going on, people. It says forensics is powerful. Maybe DB was so far gone that he wanted to be taken off the streets because he lost total control. Praying for all involved. Excuse me. Darriynn Brown was manipulated because if you heard the psychologist talk about Darriynn and schizo, I don't understand that Darriynn is capable of doing all of this all alone.
Take a look around.
It said, oh my gosh.
There's a lot of eating going.
Oh my gosh, I bet the FBI use their video enhancements. Sheila says, at Robin, you want Monica and Cameron to be involved. Tracy says, piss me off too. Somebody else at Robin and said, I don't. What did Robin say? Because everybody's atting Robin in the chat. Let me see if I can go back up and find Robin. Oh, okay. She said, I still think Cameron and Monica had something to do with it. They may have used DB to get the job done. Okay. I was wondering why everybody was atting Robin. $44 Lil Puffin. Thank you, Madness, for reporting so quickly and unbiased. I can't be biased. I try to call everything straight down the middle. I try to call everything as fairly as possible. Now, of course, you're not going to agree with what I have to say 100% of the time, but you never will. And I don't expect y'all to agree with me 100% of the time. I don't expect because you're a subscriber of the channel that you're going to agree with me. I don't expect because you became a channel member that you're supposed to agree with me. I don't expect that just because you may have purchased some merch, got you a t-shirt or something, that you're supposed to agree with me 100%. Only thing I can do is try my best. In my honest opinion, try my best to call things down the middle. And I know that sometimes me calling things down the middle is upsetting to some of y'all because depending on the story or depending on the situation, you want me to lean more towards this way or lean more towards that way or another. But that's not going to happen. Everything that I report on is going to be done in good faith. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. Are you going to agree with everything I say? Absolutely not. But everything I do, I try to call it down the middle in good faith, regardless of who's involved in the story. 55-1 Franklin says, some people have their minds made up. Nothing's going to change their minds. Tack says, please join the hottest channel on the net. This is the hottest crime show on the net. Stop the madness, crime news, madness. We also have 1,001 stories of women and men leaving their kids with their boyfriends and girlfriends, knowing their kids are in danger, and yet they do it anyway. And their kids wind up dead. Absolutely. Black madness. There is no why to any of it. None of it makes sense. Why are people still insisting Monica and Cameron had something to do with it? Where have they exposed themselves or tried to kidnap another child or creep around the neighborhood with a hammer? I said last year, 1/3 will go crazy, 1/3 will die, and 1/3 will wake up. Madness. What would make him incapable of doing this alone? He used his 2 legs to walk in and his 2 arms to grab and stab that baby. Rest in peace, baby Cash. Why would DB need any help? He crept into an unsecure house and took a sleeping child. That is not rocket science. He's a strapping young man capable of terrorizing the whole freaking neighborhood. As sad and strange this case may be, these boys were not in a safe environment. The father failed to watch over them and left them with Monica, and DB has been reported many times. Madness Nation, please hit that like button. I don't believe that enhanced I think they tried to say they. I don't believe they enhanced no video. I believe Carter told them who it was because Carter was woke. And when they asked Carter who touched your hair, and he said that was Darriynn. That's why we are in a free country. So you can have an opinion. Don't have to explain yourself, friend. He was stabbed to death in the wooded area, and Cash tried hard to get help and walked to where he was found and died. Thank you for letting us all give your own. Hold on. It says, thank you for letting us all give our opinion without blocking us. Most channels do not allow this. This is the thing about when you come over here to Stop the Madness Crime News. I'm a big believer in that no progress can get done if both sides are not allowed to express themselves or express their side. If you're just one side, you're not going to get any progress done. These people over here need to be able to express themselves. These people over here need to be able to express themselves also. And that's what I try to do with this channel. I mean, how can you fix a problem? How can you have progress if you can't even hear the other side and know what you're fixing? That's why every time I do a live show and I allow people to call in, I always want to hear from both sides. Even with this story. Hey, if you think Darriynn did it, call into the show. If you think it was Cameron, call into the show. We need to hear both sides in every situation. If you think the police need to be defunded, call into the show. Tell us why. If you think that's a bad idea and they don't need to be defunded, Call into the show. Tell us why. Everybody needs to have a discussion, and everybody should be able to have a space where a discussion can be had. And I want that space to be over here on Stop the Madness Crime News. This is a space. If you have a difference of opinion, you ain't got to worry about, getting dogged out or anything like that. A lot of people tell me all the time, hey, other channels don't allow that. I hear that a lot. We allow that over here. We encourage that over here. That's all I'm saying. I want both sides, no matter what side of the fence you on. Don't matter if I agree with you or not, but both sides do deserve to be heard. And you could pretty much come over here and say anything. Only thing that'll really get you put off my show is if you come over here and you start calling people niggers, or you start calling people crackers, or you start calling people chinks or stuff like that. Stuff like that to get you put off because there's no need for it. Madness. It says they found all the evidence pretty fast. I don't think he had time to destroy evidence. We may not all agree on any of it, but the thing about this channel is that no one is attacking anyone for their opinions. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I try my best. I try my best to keep it that way. Jenny said, and because you don't take sides, that's why I like and respect you. Thank you. Sally the Seller Girl says, my theory is still the same as it has always been. Bitches brew. Some are parodying nonsense that they pick up off other channels. Mary says, if they were innocent and only DB was involved, then why all the lies? Rosie says, justice for Cash. Anyone and everyone who's involved should be looked at. Exactly. That's the one, like I said, that's the one thing everybody agree on. Everybody want justice. And if you was involved in this, you deserve to go down. Period. Madness. Shelly says, total respect to you. Thank you very much. SK, what they say, Scab 76. Thank you for saying that. As proven by a comment I made on previous video, some that follow you don't believe others should have other opinions. And this is another thing I want to say too. Again, just in case you missed it the first time. I do not be deleting y'all YouTube comments. I don't be deleting your YouTube comments. Like I said, unless you're in the comments calling somebody the N-word or the C-word and all that other stuff like that, I don't be deleting comments. That be YouTube. YouTube just be deleting comments automatically. Now, if you're cussing a whole lot in my comments or something like that, or you have a lot of hard language, they're going to delete it. But sometimes they delete comments for no reason. Like sometimes people be like, hi, Madness, and YouTube will delete it. So if you make a comment on something and you see that it's deleted, if you know that you didn't do nothing wrong in your comment, I didn't delete it. YouTube deleted it automatically. Mel South, can we all uplift the lady who found Cash? Everyone is stuck on the theories, but I can't stop thinking about how she may be doing. She needs some good energy sent her way. Definitely do, because you got to think about it. Just to be running, jogging, and I believe, like she said, she thought it was an animal at first, and then she seen the ants. Yeah, that imagery is probably gonna live with her for the rest of her life. Pamela says maybe Monica and her family are afraid of some other issues coming out, but they aren't involved in Cash death. There is a real breakdown in the mental health field. This man should not have been out of the hospital after trying to kidnap the 2-year-old girl from her grandpa. Maybe Monica lied about knowing DB just to distance herself. North Carolina, Oklahoma. I can go on and on. I think it's a habit for them to lie. Probably knew DB did it and knew people would come for them for allowing him in their home. That's what I want to know. Why all the lies? You can't lie about intimately knowing the killer and then having him having access to your home and then got the nerve to be mad at the public. So many babies getting killed. It's just heartbreaking. Exactly. It's definitely heartbreaking. It's definitely heartbreaking. It said, you do understand that no police department has been officially defunded, right? You do know the Texas governor signed a law banning the defunding of the police. I heard both of those too. I heard that they haven't been defunded at all. And then I also heard they was defunded by $7 million. Matter of fact, I think I'm about to look into that. I think after I get off this live, I'm about to really look into that. Madness. NP said they cut the overtime. That's not the same as defunding the police. Everybody that's in the chat, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. It costs you nothing. It said, yes, the man who called police about DB breaking into their cars and stalking the streets said the defunding is hurting them because there aren't enough cops to cover the areas. I respect everyone's opinions because not everyone will ever feel the same. And who's to say whose opinions matter more than the others? Purple Knights, recap, please. I just got here. Okay, you just got here. Pretty much that the forensics that everybody was waiting for, the forensics that, you know, they said they got forensics that linked him to the murder, which is why they charged him with the capital murder charge, but we didn't know exactly what the forensics was. Well, they found blood. They found blood on Darriynn Brown clothes. So that was the forensics that linked him. They found the blood on some items in his room, an Adidas hoodie, some sunglasses, and I believe they said his shoes. Blood on that. And they also said another piece of evidence that led them to the arrest was the surveillance video. It says, did you hear the new Monica shout out? Definitely was on pills. Sound like, are you talking about when she finally spoke? If that's what you're talking about, the live I did right before this one, we played that. Leak U is in the building. How you doing, Leak U? Everybody, if you can go over to Leak U page, go over there and subscribe to her channel. Another good content creator over there at Leak U. She has leaku.com and she also have criminal investigations. And with the defunding, there will be many more cases like this. Defunding is not the answer. I like this stream right away. Love the updates. Thank you. It says, was DB's clothes at his home with his mother's. All I hear these YouTubers talk about, all the evidence was found at Monica's, and I'm not sure how valid. Well, from here they said that his clothes was found in his room. Now I'm thinking that when they say his room, I'm thinking they mean his room with his mother. That's what I would be thinking. Madness. People assume defunding the police is abolishing the police. Look up your city's budgets and find how much is allocated to the police versus social service programs that help people like DB. I'm from Texas, and Governor Abbott also signed a bill saying anybody can carry a concealed weapon at any time. It says, yes, Monica was completely off her face in that video. Prayers for baby Cash and all the other poor babies out there that have been affected by the madness. Absolutely. Madness. Clearly, everyone needs surveillance cameras and a weapon these days. What if he done this before and this time he just got caught? Blood in the room is crazy. There was only about 3 hours time between when Cash was grabbed until his body was found. I bet they had plenty of evidence. I can't help how I feel. I get such weird vibes from Monica and Cameron. Just how I feel. Not sure exactly why. It says, who bloody clothes in Monica's washing machine then? That's why when we came back in the morning, we had on different shoes. I have been saying that from the start. There was blood on the clothes he wore when he killed Cash. He went home and changed. Prayers for Carter. That's what her victim advocate claimed. Monica had cameras and it didn't help. They seem so shady. I never heard that about the washing machine. DB's family should never have let him out the house if they knew how he was. Yes, I believe so. I am scared of guns, but I'm a mommy and thinking about getting one so I can protect my babies at all costs. Somebody said death sentence. Somebody else said conspiracy theories. I think there is so much conjecture because one outlet says the evidence was found at Monica's, now in his room. Doesn't negate who killed baby Cash, but it's just all madness. Las Vegas, then surely DB mother heard him come in to change. Thanks for pointing that out. What if she put the camera in there because DB made threats to do something to them babies? I'm sure Monica's drug addiction will get worse after going through this. I'm praying for her to get help. What I want to know is if Cash got in that bed on his own or was he put in that bed because he seemed so out of it. Tanya, a lot of people are speculating whether if Cash, has some drugs in his system. So I know a lot of people, is waiting for the autopsy on that. Madness. If DB was Canadian, he'll be deemed NCR and would be put in 10 years. I think they meant to say be out in 10 years. They found blood towels at Monica's house. That's why I'm saying this case is not adding up. There's still a whole lot of mess surrounding this case. No more conspiracy theories. Please let this crap go. If only they had kept DB in the mental facility when they had him after he tried to take the little girl. Mental health care needs reform. Yes, Tack, we have two close to me. Both boys, both missing nearly a month now. No trace of them. It says, stop the madness. Yes, they linked blood. They never mentioned other DNA discovering. I say more participants will be exposed. Trust. Wait on the trial. Since he has to fight, he will talk. Man. This is what you call a cover-up. Madness, madness, madness. I can't wait to watch the rest of this case fully unfold. We all want justice for Carter, for Cash and Carter. Exactly. He will be deemed incompetent just like Lori Vallow. Man. DB should have been in a mental health institution. I still believe that's where he needs to be. It's just he needs to be there for the rest of his life. Yeah, I hear it's horrible in Canada. Like that. Scary. He could have put the towel in the washing machine at their house when he came back to get Carter. He dragged that baby a half a block. He's a sick individual. He better start singing like a bird. You guys, it says, laughing my ass off. You guys just can't accept things for what it is. A heavy safe is not always the best thing, especially for self-defense. I'm a firearms instructor. Learn the laws of your own state. Madness. It's a cover-up. They're going to come back with nothing in Cash system when we know better, just like we don't believe Danny kicked in the door with no footprint. They don't care. It's a cover-up. If he wasn't alone, he'll be spilling it. This case won't go to trial for a very long time. Even then, much evidence will never be omitted. Our questions will never be answered. Hello, Amy. Madness. Just realized he told that dude he was on a Bl00d. OMG, he sure was. Stephanie says he would have talked already. DB had it all wrapped up in a neat little bow. They're not looking any further. Police department said DB only one involved from the start. Well, everybody, thank you for coming and joining me for this breaking news. Like I said, I really wish that I would have found this out when I was doing my live that I did 10 minutes before this one. But I'm about to get out of here. But one more time, just in case you just now coming in here, the evidence, the forensic evidence that they had that was linking Darriynn Brown to the murder of Baby Cash was that he had blood on his Adidas zipper hoodie, his shoes, and some sunglasses. And something else that they also used for evidence to give him that capital murder charge was the surveillance tapes. G Cruz, just found your channel right now. You just gained a new subscriber. Thank you. Thank you very much. We are on our quest, people, for 10,000 subscribers. We are on the quest for 10,000 subscribers. We will get there. Madness Nation. Amy, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. If Monica never went on camera, we wouldn't be speculating anything. It says, no thanks investigates. I tried to get you on the panel on Molly Go Lightly. I wonder if Dallas Police Department has footage from all of those houses and probably saw DB putting baby Cash on the ground. Monica, this is the first time I caught a live. Welcome. But yeah, I just, like I said, I just wanted to come up here and give y'all this breaking news real quick. Please hit the like button. Before you go, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. It costs you nothing, but it helps me defeat the shadow ban. Please. I will continue to stay on this case just in case anything else come out. If anything else come out, I'll definitely stay on top of this case. Prayer hands for, you know what we do. You know what we do. We're not about to leave this chat without baby Cash and Carter knowing that we care about them. We ain't about to do that. Prayer hands for baby Cash and Carter before you leave, please. Please, before you leave. Rest in peace, baby Cash. And Carter needs prayer. Join me. A moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you, Madness Nation, for joining me. And thank you to my moderators, TAC 551 Franklin. Thank you for your help. Like always, if you want to join me on my quest to stop the madness, then please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like, comment, and share this video, because we got some things to talk about. We're going to talk about it because the madness is infectious. The madness is contagious. And the madness must be stopped. So remember, stop the madness. Start the positivity. Thank you for watching. And once again, if you want to support the channel by joining and becoming a member, donating, or purchasing some merch, the link is in the description. Y'all be safe. Madness